Hello everyone, my name is Ashley Ehmig. Thank you for taking the time to view my Capstone portfolio. It has been a wonderful experience creating my portfolio and reflecting back on my projects and presentations. So within this portfolio, you will see projects that are related to the SLIM's program outcomes, professional values, my professional value reflection paper, some projects I've completed for my jobs, and my resume. So first, I just want to talk a little bit about my background. I started this program directly out of undergrad at the University of Oregon, and as an undergrad, I wanted to be a physical therapist, so I started taking classes such as chemistry and biology, and I picked up a part-time library position on the side. So this library job is actually what made me fall in love with working at a library. So instead of continuing down the path of becoming a physical therapist, I decided to apply for my master's in library science. So during my 2 years at SLIM, I took on multiple student positions in the library, including a job at the University of Oregon, Portland as circulation and reference assistant, a job at Oregon Health and Science University as a digital project assistant in the archives, a job at Portland Development Commission as a records management assistant, and a practicum position at Tigard Public Library in the Youth Services Department. So my career goals for now include working either in an archives, records management, or a medical library. However, I'm also keeping a very open mind when I'm looking for my jobs, and I'm also considering non-traditional library jobs. So first, just starting out with the program outcomes. The program outcomes, foundation of the profession. I chose to include my information ethics analysis paper that was completed for my Foundations of Information and Library Science course. For this assignment, we had to select an ethical issue of choice and either argue for or against that issue. And being the first paper, this was a challenge for me because I had a hard time really formatting the paper, especially in APA, and getting my point across. So the topic that I did choose for this paper ended up being the Children's Internet Protection Act, and I chose to argue against this act. For the second program outcome, information resources, I chose to include my collection development research paper, which was completed for my collection development and management course. And for this research paper, I researched how patrons of medical institutions influence the selection and weeding processes of electronic resources in a health science university. And what I just found in general is that collections, they vary greatly across public, academic, and special libraries, just because the collections have to meet the information needs of the patrons that are going to that specific library. For the third program outcome, organization of recorded knowledge and information, I chose to include my assignment that I created for my Introduction to Metadata course. And for this assignment, we had to create a set of descriptive metadata records for 5 different electronic resources using the metadata schema Dublin Core. And this assignment, it was really fun. It felt like I was putting together pieces of a puzzle, and I really enjoyed the structure, the metadata structure of Dublin Core. For the fourth program outcomes, technological knowledge and skills, I chose to include my group technology plan and presentation that was created during the information technology course that I took. And our group, what we did was we created a wiki for an emerging technology, and we presented that wiki and technology plan to our cohort. And I chose to include this in my portfolio because I really thought it displayed a really great collaborative effort and knowledge of an emerging technology. And I was very impressed with how this turned out, so I was very proud of displaying it on my portfolio. So for reference and user services, professional program outcomes, I chose to include my Pathfinder assignment. And I created this during my first term at SLIM. And I created a Pathfinder about premature infant nourishment. And for this assignment, I gathered information from multiple medical sources, including web, video, book articles, and database resources in hopes of fulfilling the information needs of patrons or even doctors who need information about premature infant nourishment. For the sixth program outcome, research, I chose to include my systematic review of literature assignment. And like most assignments, I chose to research a topic on health science university libraries. So this has been a trend and is a trend that you'll see in my Capstone portfolio. And for the first time in my SLIM curriculum during this assignment, I really had to explore beyond Emporia's library. And I explored and evaluated additional sources like at Oregon Health and Science University Library, as well as University of Oregon Library. And then I completed a solid list of resources to support my argument. And it was a really great experience just evaluating and critiquing the literature, so in hopes of getting my research topic solidified and my point across. For the seventh program outcome, continuing education and lifelong learning, I chose to include my journal from Serbia. And this was just a great experience. There's so much I can talk about here. It was one of my favorite trips. I really learned a lot. I really experienced a different culture, one that I never thought I would. And I definitely experienced a different library culture, which was amazing. And I really learned a lot from their library infrastructure. And I feel like they learned a lot from us. So they gathered a lot of information from us as well as we gathered information from them. And it was just amazing. And for the last program outcome, administration and management, I chose to include my strategic plan that I created for my management and information organization course. And this was also a really great experience designing a 5-year strategic plan for a medical library. It was really challenging though as well because I had to imagine just what a medical library and their services, how they would evolve over a 5-year period, and I had to keep that in mind while creating this plan. So moving on to professional values, just very briefly, going over the professional value for service, I chose to include my professional value development plan that I was created during the Foundations of Library and Information Science course. I really thought this truly portrayed the professional value service and also my commitment to diversity. For leadership, the professional value leadership, I included my community needs analysis paper because I thought it demonstrated a leadership potential, and this was demonstrated by implementing new library program ideas that was based off the information needs of a specific population, and this specific population was particularly teens who I did my community needs analysis on. For the professional value integrity, I chose to include my knowledge discovery paper and presentation that I did with fellow group members as well. And it was a collaborative project, and we had to choose an ethical issue of choice. And I really thought this demonstrated a great deal of integrity, just working together with a team and researching ethical behavior and really just digging deep into that topic. And for the last professional value for mentorship, I included the web tutorial that I created for my information technology course. And for this assignment, I created a tutorial that taught teens how to use a certain technology. And I thought this assignment demonstrated the professional value mentorship the best because I think it just really displayed a great deal of teaching someone something new. And it was just I think this was one of my best projects that I've done, and I'm really proud of it as well. So I also included just my professional development reflection paper, and this just outlines all the courses that I've taken during each semester and how I've evolved over each semester. Also, I've included a section on my work, and specifically this is a section dedicated to my work at Oregon Health and Science University Library and Tiger Public Library, which are two positions that I worked at during my SLIM curriculum. And I decided to include, at Oregon Health and Science University, I decided to include a project that I had been working on for about 1.5 years there, and we did a presentation, my colleague and I did a presentation, and you can view it here if you like. And this project really just is what got me involved in the archives, and is something that I am very proud of, very, very proud of actually, so I decided to include that. And then I did a practicum at Tiger Public Library in the Youth Services Department, and I've decided to include 2 book lists that I actually created and updated for Tiger Public Library, and they are on display. So I've included my horror titles book list and adventure book list, and these are 2, like I said, book lists I'm also very proud of, and I really learned a lot during this experience. So last but not least, I've included my resume, and then just how you can contact me. So I just thank you for viewing this, and it's been a really great experience, and I'm sad to see that it has come to an end, but it definitely has been a great experience, so thank you.